What's going on, everyone? It's John, aka Buffalo, and I'm back with what is this? Week 6 of the NFL. I missed week 5. Sorry about that, guys. Here we go with week 6. First game is tonight. Chicago I won't have the video up by then, but Chicago giving 8.5 to the Giants. The Giants have been playing terrible. They're not good on either side of the ball. They're not looking great at any facet of the game. They're terrible right now. Eli Manning is playing like complete shit. Victor Cruz is getting double teamed, so everything's on Akeem Nicks, and Akeem Nicks hasn't been doing anything. They've just been non-existent on all sides of the ball. Their running game is just terrible. They don't even have a run. I think Wilson's out for tonight. You look over at Chicago. They are on a 2-game slide. They did play Detroit, ran into a pretty good Detroit team, but they still only lost by 8, so they were close. Next week they faced Drew Brees and the Saints, a very good Saints team, and they still only lost by 8. Cutler, he hasn't been playing as good as people would like him to, myself included. So if he can come into this game and really get it going and stop making mistakes, along with Matt Forte, who is a horse on that offense, and you also got Martellus Bennett, big guy at the tight end spot. You have Alshon Jeffrey, who had a big come-out game last week against the Saints. He had like 200. He torched them for 200-something yards. And then you always have Brandon Marshall. So that offense is stacked. The defense has been playing great. So I'm taking Chicago in this game. And I wouldn't even give New York the 8.5. I'd say Chicago blows out the Giants in this game. Next, we got Kansas City giving Oakland 9. Oakland, you're great with Terrell Pryor. I like Terrell Pryor. I really do. Coming out of Ohio State, my school, I like him. But I love Kansas City. Andy Reid, obviously, one of my favorite coaches right now. Obviously, one of the best in the league that we have right now. I love that offense. Very potent. I love Jamal Charles. Dwayne Bowe, Donnie Avery, they need to step it up a little bit in the passing game. They're not too keen on throwing it down the field, which I'd wish that they would change that. But their defense is fantastic. So I'm taking Kansas City, and don't even give Oakland the 9. You can give them 30 points. They're not going to cover it. So Kansas City wins in a blowout. Next, we got Philly giving Tampa Bay, going to Tampa Bay, giving them 1.5. I'm going to take Philly in this game. Tampa Bay is distraught. They've already dropped Freeman. It's a very, dramatic time for that team. There's drama all over the place from Freeman getting out of there. Philly, Michael Vick's out, but Foles really has not looked that bad. Foles has actually played okay. So I think Philly's going to come in here. I don't think they're going to be that powerful of an offense. They've looked mediocre on offense, but I think that they can come out. I think they can get it done against Tampa Bay, if any other team, Tampa Bay. So I'm going to go ahead and pick Philly. Next, we got Green Bay going to Baltimore, giving the Ravens 3 points. I'm picking Green Bay all day long in this game. Aaron Rodgers, Randall Cobb, Jordy Nelson. That offense is going to be firing on all cylinders this game. Baltimore's defense, they haven't really played great at all. They're not the same defense as last year. I don't give the Baltimore's offense enough credit, but their defense is average this year. Their offense, it can get stuff done, especially against the Packers, defense, because the Packers defense is not that great. So, but I'm just going to go ahead and take Green Bay in this game. I'd say whenever you look at it, it's Flacco versus Rodgers, and Rodgers is going to get it going this game. Green Bay is going to win. 3 points. I don't think they'll cover that. I think Green Bay wins by more than that. Next, we got Detroit going to Cleveland, giving the Browns 2.5. I'm taking Cleveland in this game, and I'll tell you why. Brandon Weeden has come off the bench from being benched, I believe it was week 3. He knows that this is his last chance to get the job done. If not, he's back on the bench again whenever Hoyer comes back. And there's a good possibility he's going to be on the bench anyway. So he wants to put the belief back in everybody about his playing style or the way that he gets the job done. He needs to get it done against this Detroit team because they're no joke. If Detroit has Megatron, they're really going to be they're really going to have to turn it up. They're really going to be in trouble. But I'm going to still take Cleveland, though. I think Cleveland's run defense, pass defense is great. I think Detroit is not going to be able to penetrate that defense as well as they'd like to. Looking at Cleveland's side of the ball on offense, you got Brandon Weeden. He's okay, but you have Josh Gordon, who I believe is one of the most underrated wide receivers in the league right now. You also got Willis McGahee, who I think is, again, one of the big guys coming in late. He had just signed with him a couple weeks ago, and he's really played well since that first game he came in. Only had 9 yards. He looked great since then. So I'm going to take Cleveland in that game. Next, we have Minnesota playing at home, giving Carolina 2.5. I'm taking Minnesota in this game, and that's because Matt Castle's playing, not Christian Ponder. I do not like Ponder. I like the combination of Matt Castle throwing the ball, and he has Adrian Peterson in the backfield. That defense is not fantastic in Minnesota, but it's good enough against Carolina. I like Cam Newton. I like that offense in Carolina. I also like that defense, but I think that Minnesota has more of an incentive to win. They have AP. I don't think Carolina can stop them, so I'm going to take Minnesota. Next, we have Houston playing at home, giving St. Louis 7.5. Houston has looked like garbage the past few weeks, getting completely blown out. 3 weeks ago they lost like 30 points or 27 points to the Ravens. Next week they barely lost to the Seahawks, I believe it was, and then they get blown out by 30 points again. You know, the Texans, the problem with that team is Matt Schaub. He is not an elite quarterback, nor is he the quarterback that belongs in Houston. You need to get rid of him. But other than that, I like the 1-2 punch of Arian Foster and Ben Tate. One of the best in the league as far as the running back position is concerned. I like that offense. I just hope that Matt Schaub can get it done. I will pick Houston in this game to win, but I would say that St. Louis loses by 3. They'll win the point spread, but Houston will win it outright. Next, we have the Jets playing at home, giving Pittsburgh 2.5. You could give Pittsburgh 15, and they wouldn't cover it. I like Ben Roethlisberger. I like the way that he's moving that offense along, because he's the only strong person on that team. That offense is very weak. That defense has not looked fantastic either. It's been terrible. Pittsburgh is in shambles right now. The Jets are coming off a huge win. Geno Smith showing Matt Ryan who's boss in his own stadium. I'm taking the Jets flat out. There is no reason for me to pick Pittsburgh. I'm taking the Jets to win this game. Next, we got Cincinnati going to Buffalo, giving Buffalo 7 points. Cincinnati is favored in this game against Buffalo. Buffalo has not looked fantastic, but they've looked okay. But they have a little quarterback controversy now. They got some guy coming in. I forget his name. He's like a scrub. I don't know. But what's his name is out for a couple weeks. E.J. Manuel's out. That's a big loss. Cincinnati's coming in. Did not look great last week. I'm going to take Cincinnati in this game, and I would say they cover the point spread. I don't think Buffalo can keep up. I like Fred Jackson in the backfield for Buffalo, along with C.J. Spiller, who was a draft bust for me. But that Buffalo defense is not fantastic. So I'm going to go ahead and take Cincinnati. I'm putting it all on A.J. Green. Hopefully Dalton can get it to Green enough, and they can bury Buffalo in this game. Next, we got Seattle playing at home, going against Tennessee, giving Tennessee 13.5. This makes sense. You're giving Tennessee 13.5 points. They are distraught at quarterback right now. Locker's out. So they got somebody else coming in to play quarterback for them. That offense, who they were getting it going, now it's really slowing down. Now you got to go to Seattle and play at the most difficult place to win in the NFL. You got to go play at Seattle. Not going to happen. I'm picking Seattle in this game to beat down Tennessee. Do not cover the point spread. I'd say they lose by at least 21. Picking Seattle win that game. Next, we have Denver playing at home, giving Jacksonville 27 points. You got the best team in the league in the Broncos facing the Jacksonville Jaguars, the worst team in the league. The absolute worst team in the, well, they could probably beat the Giants, but they're one of the worst teams in the league right now. Nobody on this earth is picking the Jacksonville Jaguars. None. I'm taking Denver to win this game outright. You could give Jacksonville 70 points. They will not cover it. I'm taking Denver both with a point spread and the win overall. Take it or leave it. This is how it is. Denver's going to smash Jacksonville completely. Next, we got San Francisco playing at home, giving Arizona 10.5. Arizona is a meh team at best. They are not a great team. Mendenhall has not looked fantastic. He's come in and put some last-second points up, but he has not looked consistent. San Francisco, Kaepernick, he looked good in the beginning of the season, but all of a sudden he started to have his shakiness in there. But he still has Bolden to throw the ball to. He still has Frank Gore, the beast himself, in the backfield. I'm taking San Francisco. You can give 20 to Arizona. I don't think they'll keep up. I'm taking San Francisco all the way in this game. Next, we got New England playing at home against New Orleans, and they're giving New Orleans 2.5. How is New England favored in this game? I have an idea why they might be favored. New England they have Rob Gronkowski coming back. More than likely, he's going to play this week. So that's big for that offense. It really is. That's why I'm taking New England. But I don't see how, off of a player coming back off an injury, how that makes him favored. I don't see that. New Orleans is coming off a big win, facing a tough Bears defense. They should be favored in this game. I thought for sure the New Orleans Saints would be favored in this game. But I guess it's all about Gronkowski coming back. Tom Brady dropping the last game. He will not lose 2 in a row. I'm taking New England. Next, we have Dallas playing at home, giving Washington 5.5. You could give Washington 17. I don't care. Dallas is going to smash Washington. They know it's a division game. They know they're trying to put as much space between them and the next guy as they possibly can. Dallas looked great. I never thought I'd say that. They looked great against Denver. I predicted it. I predicted that Dallas would come close to Denver. I said they might even win. They came damn close to winning. 3 points, I believe it was. They lost that game. It was like 48 to 51. And Romo, although he choked like he always seems to do, he put up some crazy-ass numbers. And there is no way that Washington is going to be able to put up a fight like Denver did. No way. So I say Washington gets buried in this game. Dallas wins. All right, on the Monday night game, we have the Indianapolis Colts going to San Diego, and they're giving the Chargers 1.5. This doesn't surprise me. I like Phillip Rivers. I do. I've come to like him more and more as the week's gone on. Eddie Royal, those kind of scrubby guys at wideout. That team's not fantastic outside of Phillip Rivers. He is the star there. And that defense is okay. It's okay. But Indianapolis, the Colts, they just got Trent Richardson a couple weeks ago. So he's really going to start getting it going. Bradshaw, the beast, is out for the season, though, I believe, with an ankle injury or something like that. But you still got Andrew Luck throwing the ball. You still got Reggie Wayne at wideout. You have all these weapons at Indianapolis, and these guys are serious. The Colts are a serious contender this year. They've been a serious contender for the last couple of years. Ever since, last year. Ever since they got Luck, they've really been a contender. This guy is special. Andrew Luck is special. Like I said before, he's the greatest quarterback that came out of last year's draft, without a doubt. That defense in Indianapolis is great too. I like that whole team, so I'm taking the Colts on Monday night. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm out. Peace.